And we're back, everybody. Hello again. Hello. All right. So what did I say? Number 29, eh? I'm going by the bottom pages here. Page 5. I think these top pages cut off in a little bit, so it won't be as confusing. Get rid of that. Page 5. And I said I was going to do number 29, so here we go. Once again, you have options here in regards to how, all right, you want to go about starting this off and, even, some of the middle work, it's, up to you, and you want to go about it. You see that -2 on the outside. You want to make that a +2 by flipping the fraction. You can do that. Remember, the one thing here you can't do in one step is attack the negatives inside the parentheses along with the negative on the outside. All right, that you can. That's doing too much there, people. You either start with the negatives on the inside, one step, and then you take care of the -2 on the outside. Or, like I said, you can start with the -2 on the outside first, and then work on the negatives with the inside. So it's it's up to you here. So what am I going to do? I might clean up the inside first. I might clean that up here, right? Take this x to the -4, bring it downstairs, right? Have it join that other x to the 4th. You take the y to the -6, right? We'll move that up there and have it join the y to the power of 1. And I'll do that. So that'll be 5. Will stay, right? Y to the 1st is staying up there. Y to the -6 is going up and becoming y to the 6th. Bottom, the 2 is going to stay. X to the 4th, there's already one down there, right? Staying. And then that x to the -4th, right, in the numerator going downstairs, changing the sign of the exponent, right, will become x to the +4th power, and then all of that is raised to the -2nd power. So that's the direction I'm going in here, is cleaning up, all right, cleaning up the inside. And that will be 5. Y times y to the 6 will be a 5y to the 7th over 2x to the 4th. X to the 4th will get you 2x to the 8th power, right? Keep the base, add the exponents. And that's raised to the power of -2. And now, like I said, I'm going to go after the -2 exponents by flipping the fraction. All right, by flipping that fraction now. 2x to the 8th. Over 5y to the 7th will change the -2 now to a +2. All right, and like I said, the reason you can flip that fraction is because remember, both 5y to the 7th and 2x to the 8th are raised to the power of -2. Right? Right, 5y to the 7th is being raised to the -2nd, and 2x to the 8th is being raised to the -2nd. Right, both the top and the bottom. And then what do? You switch it, right? You want to make that a +2. That's going to go downstairs, and that's going to go upstairs, and that's going to change the -2 to a +2. So that's why you can flip it. And then, like I said, I mean, you can square both the top and the bottom here now, or you can write it out 2 times. You know, once again, options here. So I'll write it out 2 times. That's how I'm feeling today. And then multiply the tops, right? Multiply the tops here. 2x to the 8th times 2x to the 8th is 4x. Now remember, add the exponents. 4x to the 16th. Over now, you go 5 times 5. That would be a 25 here. Y to the 7th times y to the 7th. Right, 7 plus 7 is y to the 7 plus 7 power. That's going to be y to the 14th. And that's your simplest form, right? You can't do any more simplifying there. You can't reduce 4 over 25, x to the 16th and y to the 14th. I mean, they're different bases there, so you can't do anything with that. So that's your final answer, people, all right, for number 29. All right. 30, those guys are reviews. I did those. All right, so I think we're ready to move on to this here. So there's no number at the top now. So page 6, all right, we're all squared away here. Page 6. What does this say? Rewrite each expression here with fractional exponents and no radicals. Oh, interesting now, eh? Right? So we're going reverse, right? Reverse power over root. You know, and remember, people, a common mistake here. You know, I'm looking at number 1, number 2 with the radicals, 3 and 4. You know, and I see it all the time. You know, with the square root of like x squared plus y squared. You know, people want to take the square root of each term there. Okay, that's once again, you don't have much flexibility here. All right, people. You know, with having the plus or minus sign, right, between terms. It's like, you know, the square root of like 4 plus 9. I mean, what if I told you to do that, right? The square root of 4 plus 9 is, well, you do 4 and 9, right, is 13, and square root of 13. Right? You can't take the square root of each term there, right? The square root of 4 plus 9 here does not equal the square root of 4 plus the square root of 9, right? the square root of 13 does not equal square root of 4, 2 plus the square root of 9, which is 5. So, you know, you cannot take the square root of each term when you have a plus or minus sign. All right, separating the terms. If it was multiplication, like I said before, multiplication, division, that's a different story. All right. So the square root of 9 plus x squared there in number 1, you cannot take the square root of each term. All right, it's not 3 plus x. And square root, right, remember, is the second root, and all of this is raised to the power of 1, right? This is a reverse power over root deal, right? Normally we take something as a fractional exponent, or what we have been doing, and you write it as a radical. Now we're going reverse. That's all it is. You know, that's math for you, right? We go left to right, and then we go backwards, right? Then we go right to left. So 9 plus x squared here, right? That quantity, reverse power over roots, right? Remember, the root is the denominator of the fractional exponent, and the power is the numerator of the fractional exponent. All right, so it's that quantity, 9 plus x squared, all of that raised to the 1/2 power, and that's it. Rewrite it. It doesn't say, it just says with fractional exponents and no radicals, right? With fractional exponents and without radicals, and that's what we have there, people. So that's your answer to number 1, right? Let's do number 4. Right, we'll move around a little bit. Number 4 is 6 times the square root of y squared minus 9. Once again, the second root raised to the power of 1. All over 4. So it doesn't say to put in simplest form here, but that's 6 and 4 you can. You can reduce. You don't have to. It doesn't say simplest form. So, once again, if it was 6 plus, square root there over the 4, we wouldn't be able to simplify the 6 and the 4, but you know what, I'll do it. So 3/2. You can also pull out that 3/2, if you want to, and make that 3/2 times the square root of y squared minus 9. You don't have to, but you can. It's up to you. Or you can just leave it as is, right? And just turn that square root, right, of y squared minus 9 into a fractional exponent. Right? So we're going to make that 3, and then we have that quantity y squared minus 9, and a reverse power over root now, right? So that's going to be raised to the 1/2 power, and then that's going to be all over 2. Okay, so 3 times y squared minus 9, and that quantity raised to the 1/2 power. That is your answer, okay, to number 4. Let's do number over 6, all right? This is 7 over the square root of x. All right, 7 over the square root of x. Once again, that's the second root of x to the first power. So we will make that 7 over square root of x as a fractional exponent, right, is x to the 1/2. Right, it just said put it with fractional exponents and no radicals, so you couldn't do it. That's what we did, right? You can, you can leave it like that if you want. Or, right, if you want to move the x to the 1/2 up to the numerator, I mean, you could do that as well and make that 7x to the negative 1/2, right? It doesn't say no negatives, right? It just says no radicals and fractional exponents. So yeah, either one there. All right. Let's see. I think I'll do one more, I guess. Right. Number 7. It's 5 over the 4th root now of x cubed. 4 is now the root. 3 is the power. Right, so this will be 5 over, so a reverse power over root will be x to the power of 3/4. Right, the root is the denominator of the fractional exponent. Right, the power, right, what it's raised to is the numerator. And then once again, I mean, if you want to bring up, right, if you want to bring up that x to the 3/4 and make that negative, you can here. Right? Or 5x to the power of negative 3/4, everyone. All right, so there you go. All right, so yeah, not too bad, right? These guys here are quick, not too